Hey guys, welcome back to the pod. Sorry, I want to apologize about last week's episode. Well, I didn't even have an episode last week, but the episode like the week before, the last episode that came out was like super depressing. I'm sorry, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I shouldn't have recorded like that. I shouldn't have put it out. My friend listened to it and he came up to me. He's like, "Dude, that was the shittest thing I've ever listened to." And I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'm sorry." And he's like, "Dude, I was at work." He's like, "I was at work." And I was like, "Oh, I got half an hour to kill. I'll chuck on Anthony's podcast." And then I was just sad the rest of the day. It was fucked. And I'm like, "I'm sorry." But yeah, how we doing? We good? It's been, 2 weeks. Halloween's passed. Sure you all went to your Halloween parties. If there's any girls listen to this, you dressed like a bunny or whatever the fuck. I went to a Halloween party. I got invited. It was weird. I matched with this girl on Hinge on like Saturday morning. And talked to her for a bit, and she goes, "Come to a Halloween party tonight." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'm not doing anything." And I was in the mood to go out. I haven't been out like all year, because if you watch every episode, like this year was the year. I'm like, all right, this year I'm just focused on building my following, doing comedy, all that shit, right? So I haven't gone out. I don't think I've gone out once this year. Not even. No, I don't think I've gone out this year. Like, other than to do gigs. Anyways, doesn't fucking matter. And she's like, I'm like, "Where's the party?" She goes, "Eureka Skydeck in one of the apartments." And I was like, "Fuck yeah. That sounds sick." So I go to, I'm like, I'm not driving in because I want to drink, So I'm like, I'll go to Broadmeadows Station and get the train from there, because you guys might know I went to school in Broady. I live near it. So I'm like, yeah, closest train station to me. I'm like, I'll go to Broadmeadows Station. And I was so excited to go to Broadmeadows train station, because I was like, all right, something fucked's going to happen. I'm going to get a good story out of this. And I'm like walking through the underpass, and I'm like, "Oh, no one's here. All right, okay, all right, no, nothing's happening yet." And there's like not that many eshays there, and I'm like, "What's going on? Like, what happened? To this place? Like, come on, well, it should be popping off with people trying to fight the PSOs and shit." I'm like, "This is fucked." Go on the underpass. I gotta wait for the train. I'm sitting there, and there's these like 4 girls next to me, and they're just like having a conversation. I'm listening to that, and they're like, the conversation was like, "Right, fuck, she fucked your boyfriend, bro. If she comes to the party, let's bottle her, alright? Fuck that bit. We'll bottle her, and then if it breaks, we'll stab her with the broken bottle, bro. I don't care. I'll go to jail. I don't give a fuck, bro." And I'm so accustomed to Broadmeadows that I'm listening to that, and I'm like, why is nothing fucked happening? That was like so normal in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, like a conversation about stabbing someone. That's like down here on the pendulum. It was like a -10. That's not how a pendulum works. You guys know what I'm saying. I'm like, why isn't anyone, why isn't anyone throwing like a shopping trolley on the track? What the fuck is this? That's the real shopping problem, not the fucking 5 people, letting one person or 5 people die. It's how many shopping carts can you throw on the tracks of Broadmeadow Station before the PSOs come to the other side of the platform? Because they're always on the other side, and they're always like, I gotta walk through the underpass and walk up the ramp. Fuck. I got fined at Broadmeadow Station once, actually. I was like 18. I was going clubbing. I was going to Rats. That's how long ago I was. I was going to Rats at fucking Brown Alley with a couple of friends, and I'd had way too much to drink. Like I remember what I had, because at the time I was like, it was when you're like 18, you used to brag about how much you drank. So like I was bragging about this. That's how I remember it. I had 3 Carlton Drafts, like 2 Jaeger bombs. I don't remember how much I had. I was drinking 3 Carlton Drafts, 2 Jaeger bombs, couple Canadian Clubs, shit like that. And then I was like mixing fucking vodka with everything. But I'd gotten from my work, I worked at Woolies, like we had a BWS. I got in like a 15ml absinthe bottle, because I was like, oh, Green Fairy, fucking. And what's it called? I put the Green Fairy in with like some other drink in like a mug. And I got my friend to record me drink from the mug. I was like, oh, fucking sick. I drank from the mug. I drank the whole 15ml of absinthe and something else. And then I chased it with like another Carlton Draft. This is back when like I used to be able to drink beer and like not get bloated, not feel like shit. Now I have like beer and I'm like, oh fuck. Oh, I feel so heavy. But yeah, I had that, and then I need to piss all the time, even when I'm sober. I piss way too much. Anytime I go everywhere, I'm like, where the fuck's the toilet? So when I'm drunk, it's like amplified. Like everyone I know that I go out with hates going out with me, because I'm always just like need a piss. I'm never around. I'm always in line at the urinal for 10 minutes, fucking all the time. Anyways, we're at Broad Station, and I need to piss, but the train's 2 minutes away, and the toilets are on the other platform. So I'm like, fuck, I don't have enough time. So I go and I piss on the Mikey machine at Broadmeadows train station. I piss on the Mikey machine, and I'm like, fuck, all right, I feel so much better, because I was literally like doing like these ones, like, oh. And then and I'm fucked, by the way. Like at this age, 18, this is the most fucked I've ever been. And then the PSOs come across, and like the train's delayed. And by the time they make the 3-minute walk from the other platform, I've forgotten I even took a piss. And they come to me like, hey mate, can I just see your ID? And I was like, oh yeah, they're just testing to see if I'm like a good kid, if I got a record or something. This is classic Broadmeadows procedure. I go, yeah, what do you need it for? And he's like, come on mate. And I'm like, what? He's like, don't be a smart ass. And I'm like, I'm not being a smart ass. And he's like, I saw you take a piss on the Mikey machine. And I was like, no, that wasn't me. And he goes, come on mate, don't do this. Like, don't do this. And then they good cop, bad cop to me, but I didn't even realize I was getting good cop, bad cop. That was so fucked up. And the other cop comes talking to me, and he's like, hey mate, like, look, we saw you. I get it. You know, I go on lights out. I get it. Sometimes I need to take a piss as well. It is what it is, you know? And he's like, it's all good. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. You get it. And the other cop's like, oh, so you admit you did it. And I was like, but. And then some other shit. It went off like 5 minutes. And then I give him my license. They take down my name. And I'm so drunk. I'm going to turn to my friends. I'm like, I talked my way out of that, right? Like, I talked my way out of it. And they don't want to like buzzkill. And they're like, yeah, bro, yeah, you're not going to, you're fine. Don't worry about it. I'm like, because they would have arrested me if I was in trouble. They didn't arrest me. Next week, I got a $470 fine. But anyway, $370? One of those two. But yeah, and I was like, fuck. And then I was like pazzing all night, because I was like, I'm going to get a fine. Like, my mum's going to be like angry at me and shit. And then we're on the train, and I need to piss again. And my friends are like, fuck's sake, you're not serious, can't are you? And I'm like, oh, I need to piss. And he's like, oh, here's like a Gatorade bottle. I'm like, all right. And I piss in the Gatorade bottle on the train. On the train. It's my worst moment. It's my lowest moment. I piss in the Gatorade bottle on the train. And then some junkie comes up. He's just like, boys, where we going tonight? And I'm like, rats, you want to come? And then we're talking to this junkie for like 10 minutes. And he's like, what's that in the bottle, mate? And it's clear, because you know when you take your third piss, it's just clear. You know, it's not yellowy or anything at all. And I'm like, oh, it's vodka. And he's like, oh yeah, give us a swig. And I was like, nah, you don't want any. And he was like, nah, come on, don't be a dog, mate. Give me a fucking swig of vodka, bro. And I'm like, nah, it's mine. I paid for it. I'm not giving it to you. And he's just getting real aggressive. And he's like, oh, come on, don't be a fucking dickhead, mate. Give me a swig of the vodka. And I was like, no, it's mine. No, it's mine. And then luckily, one of the mates I was with was like 6'5", built like a brick shithouse. And he's like, oh, mate, you need to calm down. Like, don't fuck with him, blah, blah, blah. And then so he didn't drink the piss vodka. But I should have just let him. I mean, like, yeah, it's shit, isn't it? It was like a $7 vodka. It's fucking low quality. But that was a story. Yeah, anyways. So I'm going to Eureka Skydeck. I get there and I text the chick and I'm like, hey, I'm outside. I just got to Flinders and it's like a 2-minute walk from Flinders. What's like the apartment number? No reply. I walk to Eureka Skydeck, 2-minute walk. I'm here. Nothing. And I'm like, fuck, is she like standing me up? Like, what's going on here? And then I'm like, what the fuck? And then so I double text like 5 minutes later, no reply. I wait another 5 minutes, I call her, no reply. Wait 5 minutes again, call her, no answer. Like, this is fucked. And I go, and it's been like, I guess like points, but I've been waiting for like half an hour. And I text her and I go, hey, look, I haven't heard from you this whole time. I'm just gonna leave. And then I'm in the city and I'm like, fuck, I don't have my car. I can't just drive home. So what do? Go play blackjack by myself like a fucking loser. I won $50, but, which was cool. This fucking wire, I never untangle it. And then this other girl replies to my story because I put that I was at Broadmeadows Station on my story. And she's like, where are you going tonight? I'm like, I'm in the city. And she goes, oh, okay. And then I ring her and I go, what are you doing tonight? And she goes, oh, I'm going to Laundry Bar. And I'm like, where's that? She doesn't know where it is. And I'm like, all right, whatever. You have a good night. And then I'm like, fuck, this is fucked. Like getting on the train to go home. And she rings me back. And now here's the thing. I kind of actually like this girl. So I wanted her to ring me back, you know? She rings back. She's like, hey, do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, I'll come. She's like, oh, it's just like me and like a few friends. Like, all right, I'll go. And then I get the train to Parliament and I walk to Laundry Bar, which is like a 20-minute walk from Parliament. And like when I'm at Parliament, I'm texting her and I'm like, hey, I'll be there in like half an hour. And she's like, yeah, cool. I'm like 2 minutes away. Beautiful. I get to Laundry, no line. I'm like, fuck yeah. I walk straight in, bounces a G. He's like, what's up, bro? I'm like, yeah, how you going, man? I get inside. I'm looking for her, just like standing like a meerkat in the club, just like looking for her. And she's not there. I text her and I go, hey, like I'm here. Where are you? She goes, like 2 minutes away still. I'm like, all right, easy. What do you want to drink? She goes, get me whatever you're getting. So I buy a drink. And I'm expecting like by the time I've fucking bought it at the bar, she'll be there. She's not there. So then I'm like, fuck, this is fucked. And then I'm waiting with the drinks and I want to drink my drink. But then, you know, I don't want her to get here and then she's just drinking a drink by herself. It's weird. I'm like, this is fucked crazy. Like, what's going on? I've been just waiting for people the whole night. And then, like 10 minutes, she still hasn't come. And I'm like, don't tell me I'm getting like fucked over again here. This is crazy. And she doesn't come. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to find a place to sit. So I'm sitting down on like this couch in Laundry Bar across from the bar. And I'm just sitting these 2 drinks, just holding them. And there's a couple like hooking up next to me, on like the couch next to me. And I'm sitting there for like 15 minutes. So they keep looking over at me like, what's this guy doing? He's just been sitting there for ages. So I look like the biggest creep, just like holding 2 drinks, just like waiting there. And then I'm getting worried because I'm scared the girl's going to rock up. I'm going to give her the drink. And then those 2 people are going to be like, hey, he's been with that drink. I think he like spiked it or something, you know? So I'm worried about that. Then she came, I gave her the drinks. And yeah, we had a really good night. So it was cool. It was a fun night. But yeah, that was my weekend, last weekend. 12-minute story. All right, fair enough. I reckon that piss story is actually funny. I might try and do that on stage today. Fuck it. What else have I been doing? Oh, it was crazy last night as well. I did a gig in St Kilda, and I think I've mentioned this before. I always park behind the fucking 7-Eleven there when I'm doing this gig, and we're leaving. It's like 2 a.m. We're leaving. I go to my car park. I go to the car park, and there's these 2 homeless people just like having a full-on screaming match. And I'm like, what the fuck? And my friend's car is like right next to them. Mine's like 3 cars away. So I'm like, I'm fine. Like my friend gets in his car from like the passenger side so he doesn't have to fucking like tell him to move out of the way. It's hilarious. Why's my nose so fucking itchy? Sorry, guys. And then I'm sitting in my car and I'm just like watching him get in his car because I'm like, and I said to him, I was like, bro, if something goes down, I'm leaving. I'm not fighting 2 homeless people. I'm sorry. Like this is your last stand. And he's like, yeah, fair enough. And then I start like fucking around with my phone, replying to messages, putting on music. And I look up and the guy, because there's a guy and a girl, the guy's riding a bike away from the car park. And he's got another bike in his hand, riding alongside him. So I think he stole the bitch's bike. And then I'm reversing out. And she's like leaning on the car, not my mate's car, but the one next to my mate's car. I'm like, what the fuck? This is fucking... Just slamming the bonnet. Wild shit. Guys, if you feel like you've got like no exciting stories, start doing open mics. It's crazy. You just like meet meth. Like I was at one the other day and this guy was like, hey, like my wife says, you know, if I want to raise my son, I need to stop doing meth. But I don't know. What do you think? And I'm like, yeah, I reckon you should stop doing meth. And he's like, I need to give me an honest answer. Who's he asking that they're like, yeah, keep doing meth. Meth's great. Meth's wild. Meth's the best. So, yeah, that was it. But what else has been going on? I'm sure I had something else I wanted to talk about, but I didn't write anything down. I'm fucking so disorganized. I'm going to take a swig of water. I've been playing a lot of, burped into the mic, fuck yeah. Been playing a lot of COD. I think I like it more than FIFA. FIFA's really starting to feel like a chore to play for me now. Because, before I go into this, thank you everyone that watched the FIFA video I put out Foot Champs with the All Australian team. If you're interested in that, it's just me playing Foot Champs. I'm using an Australian team, but it's not really a gameplay based video. It's like gameplay, but I'm just telling stories in it mostly. It's like an hour long. It is too long. Everyone told me it was too long. I'm sorry. All right. I don't know. It was my first time making a video. The first 20 minutes are a bit choppy because I didn't know how to edit. Like, I learned how to edit. So even though the video got like 150 views, I think it's at right now, which is one of my most viewed videos. But I know 150 views isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. But I feel like I was really proud of it because it took me like 20 hours to edit. And it also made me like want to make more YouTube videos because the one thing holding me back was like, I don't know how to edit. But I know how to edit now. So expect more YouTube videos coming. Like, there'll be one, not this week, next week. Because I'm going to Sydney on Wednesday. Sunday when I'm recording. I'm going to Sydney on Wednesday and I'll get back on like Friday morning. Or Thursday night, one of the two. So I'll record a video and hopefully put it out next Friday. And hopefully, make hopefully one video a week or one every 2 weeks. It's a lot to ask because I do TikToks every day and obviously I'm doing stand up and my personal life gets in the way. But one every two videos a month I'll be really happy with, as well as the podcast. So, yeah. But yeah, FIFA's fun like a chore to play because I get on and I'm not playing for fun. It's like, fucking play 16 squad battles matches to get this card, and if you don't get it, you're behind the meta for the next 3 months, and it's just shit. Like, you can't take 2 days off. Like, you take 2 days off, it's like, oh, what? I missed this SBC that everyone has, and now I can't play? It's shit. Whereas COD, like, I have half an hour to kill after I finish recording this podcast. I can just play 3 games of COD, and that's fun. I level up my guns, I get my camos, it's good. Like, FIFA, it's like fucking, alright, get on, get your 8 div rivals wins, do some moments if you can be fucked doing it. Do some squad battles objectives, do these friendlies objectives, and you get these rewards that don't mean shit. And then you're doing that just for the sake of playing Foot Champs on the weekend and maybe getting better cards, and you just rinse and repeat it every week. And it's like, what's the actual goal? There's nothing to achieve. You can't win Division 1. Maybe you can go for 20-0 in Foot Champs. So that's fucking really hard. Whereas COD, you get on, you just listen to people say the N-word and shit like that. I nearly dropped, not the N-word, I nearly dropped the F slur. But, listen to people say the N-word and shit like that. You just fucking like grinding your camos. You can use anything in the game. Like, FIFA, you can't use 90% of the cards in the game. COD, you can just use every gun. Everyone's trying to get every gun gold. It's fun. I missed it, man. I missed, like... Look, as CODs go, Modern Warfare 2, pretty weak COD, right? Pretty weak COD. Like, to me, maybe I'm just looking at this through the lens of nostalgia, but Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2 was like some of the best gaming times of my life. I can name probably every Black Ops map off the top of my head. This is my favorite game ever. I played it so much. Whereas like this one, it's like the fucking user interface is terrible. You can't even like do anything. You got to like unlock this gun to use a camera. It's fucked. But at least I can just go on and it's like, all right, I'm gonna play these 3 games. I'm gonna use an M16 because fucking why not? I want to. I was playing. I didn't realize because I only got my PS5 recently. I didn't realize that the mic is actually in the PS5 controller. I didn't realize you didn't need to plug in a microphone to talk to people. So I was playing and I was slapping a mint. I had an Eclipse mint in my mouth. And I was just fucking like... And someone goes, ASN, that's my gamer tag. ASN, stop fucking eating pussy into the mic. What the fuck are you doing, cunt? Fuck off. And then I was like, oh shit, I realized he could hear me. And then I just got into an argument with the guy. It was so much fun. So much fun. Like the death chat, which is like when you kill someone or you die, you can hear each other for like 2 seconds. Nothing better than when like you kill someone and then they just try to get in as many slurs as they can before the death chat turns off. It's like you'll kill someone, you'll snipe someone, and you're like beep 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 beep. That was me beeping the slurs in real time, but you get it. Yeah, it's a fun game. I'm enjoying it. It does feel like I'm playing a beta though. It doesn't feel like I'm playing a full game. And like even like Infinity Ward's been releasing statements like, oh, this is fucked. We'll fix it up in season 1. I'm like, this isn't season 1. What the fuck? Yeah, I just miss, man. I miss Black Ops 1. I wish they'd just remaster that game. Just leave it untouched. Don't add anything else to it. Just remaster it, put it out. I'd play the fuck out of that. I wonder if I can name all the maps. Should I try and do it? Nah, you guys don't give a fuck. But yeah, that's what it is. That's what I've been up to. So right now I've got to, after this I have like an hour, half an hour, I'll probably go to my gig. It's like I have to play Foot Champs because I need to finish the games. But fuck, whatever. I'm gonna end it. All right. Before I end it, prediction for tonight's game: Arsenal versus Chelsea. Arsenal 2-1. You heard it here first. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace out. I'll see you next week. Catch.